you've laid out 5 main overarching challenges we'll dive into. So take it away. What's the first one that you want to address?
Well, I don't mean to beat a dead horse here, but I think wallets is really the fundamental piece of Web3, and I think it's broken in a lot of ways. There are some people that are trying to fix it, but it feels like the surface area is so broad. There's just so much to do. When you work with crypto and Web3 applications, over time you sort of forget all of the learnings that you had to do to get there.
Yeah.
And how I realized that recently was I was away on travel, and I forgot to bring my ledger with me. And I called my girlfriend up to basically walk her through doing an operation for me, basically just claiming some rewards on a DeFi platform. I can't tell you the hell that we had to go through. And mind you, we were over Zoom, so I had full visibility in what she was doing. But from a cold start position, getting the right browser, the right extension, the right tokens in there, the right chains, switching to the right chain at the right time, changing permissions. I mean, all of these things that we've learned over time to manage for the layperson is very, very tough to actually get in there and learn. And basically what you told me at the end of that process was, okay, that's fine, but I have no idea what I just did. And I'm pretty sure I can't do that again, which is great because I had to give her my passcode for my ledger. And hopefully she forgot it. But basically the whole setup process is really clunky. There's other things with wallets that I think really need to be worked on. I mean, we're going towards a multi-chain, multi-address world, and you probably know this with unstoppable domains.
Yeah.
Managing all of those things is really hard. Managing the distinction between what's your hot wallet, what's your cold wallet, how does the hardware fit in that model, very clunky right now. And I think at a higher level, the wallets still don't do a really good job of proactively protecting you from making mistakes. Like about 6 to 8 months ago, there was the whole permissions, scandal where it turns out that if you don't set your permissions right, your wallet can be emptied by an attacker. That's still not integrated in wallets, as far as I know. I mean, I'm sure there are some wallets that are doing it, but it doesn't feel like the wallets are looking out for the users, especially the new ones.
For sure. I may not have gone through as extensive of a experience as you did with your girlfriend, having someone actually have to use your hardware wallet and go in. I tried to set my mom up with a MetaMask, and also I felt like she could not go through that process again. And it was just interesting to see that from someone who has fresh eyes going through an experience that I had felt now comfortable with. But even so, I mean, I try almost to never sign transactions because I really just don't. I just kind of assume at this point, I assume malice when I'm interacting with something, so I stay away. But that's not how we move forward, right? So, kind of curious, what do we need then from the wallets to take that next step? And I'll also add on here that I'm really hoping that maybe in 2023, a transition we see is people using wallets in a different way. And I think that kind of comes from new sign-in methods to websites. Right. The standard these days is connect with wallet. And personally, and I'm definitely have some bias working at Unstoppable Domains as we're thinking about what single sign-on looks like in Web3, but I don't think wallets should be what we're using to connect with sites, since that's supposed to be like where we store all our sacred goods.
Yeah. Yeah, and we might be segueing a bit early into the next point, but you're right. Your identity is so large that constraining it to a wallet, even conceptually, doesn't really make sense. I think that over time, what we really need from wallets or logging in as a whole is much deeper OS level integration, Mac OS, iOS, Android.
You're listening to the Unstoppable Podcast, the go-to place for everyone to learn about the latest innovations in Web3, NFTs, and the decentralized web. Welcome to the metaverse.